it's good to meet you again. And we're here just, doing a little evangelism experiment, talking to people about God and asking them different questions. And we're just kind of seeing people's take on different things. So first I want to ask you, and we ask this question a lot just to get a good starting point. Do you consider yourself a good person?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I've never been in jail or anything like that, though. I mean,
Never been in jail, okay?
No, so I mean, as far as I'm not trying to hurt anybody.
That's good. That's good.
Right. You try to do the right thing, try not to hurt people, and do unto others, that kind of thing.
You still working, or you retired early?
What's that?
Did you work?
No, I've been retired 23 years.
That's good.
That's a whole nother. We only want to take a few minutes of this guy's time. We don't want to take too much time.
Right.
So, do you know the Ten Commandments?
I know what you're talking about.
I know you know all of them, right?
But really, they're not in memory.
Okay. Well, let's go through a few as a standard for which we can test if you're a good person or not. All right. You're not supposed to lie. Have you ever lied?
Oh, definitely. I think everybody. I mean, not lied that meant anything.
I lied yesterday, probably. I mean, I lied. Yeah. So what does that make you if you lie?
A little bit instead of the truth, a little bit.
Right.
Cases,
well, like if my wife asks me if she looks fat and something, I say no. I don't care what it makes her look like.
Oh, in this case, I think I would tell her.
Yeah. But so what does it make you if you lie? What does that make you? You're a.
Well, in the sense that I'm not lying of anything serious.
Gotcha. Okay. Now let me ask you this. In all of your life, have you ever stolen anything, no matter how small? Even if it's like a paper clip from the office?
When I was a kid, yeah.
When you were a kid, okay. I have too. When I was a kid, I used to steal candy bars, for instance, when I was a kid. Have you ever used God's name as a curse word?
Yes.
Okay. Now, by your own admission, you're a lying, thieving blasphemer, according to God's standards, according to His standards. That doesn't mean you're any worse than anybody else, obviously. I think we all answer yes to any of those questions if we're honest with ourselves.
I have used blasphemy in the sense of describing like an adverb.
Right.
But I mean, not that I would call you a real.
Right. Not to curse somebody out or something like that. Right. So, if on the day of judgment you were standing before God and He measured you according to those commandments, would you be found innocent or guilty?
Well, those things that you mentioned, I would say yes, in that sense.
Okay.
But the way if I use a curse word as an adverb or something,
right.
And I'm not saying that in the sense that I'm really angry at them.
Right. Have you ever been angry at other people though? Like really angry, like hatefully angry at other people? Ever?
Really angry, but
not to an extreme like that. Okay. So the fact that God holds that as a standard though for us,
That different.
is kind of what He's going to judge us against when we come before Him on Judgment Day. We all have to. Everybody dies once, and then they face judgment, and God will stand before you and judge you. And if He says, "Look, you've taken my name lightly. I don't like that. That's not right. You've stolen things. That goes against my moral standard as well." Would you be found innocent or guilty by Him as a judge? By God as a judge?
no way of thinking, no.
Okay, now why would you be found innocent of, say, stealing?
I'm not talking about stealing anything meaningful. Not to go to a person and steal from them or something like that.
Okay, so you say it's not a real bad stealing. Okay. Now, what if God told you then, in response to that, look, it's not what you steal that makes it so bad, it's that you stole, it's that you broke my law and you sinned against me that makes it bad. I'll give you an example. If I walked up and hit Fred there in the face, that'd be bad, because he didn't do nothing to me. But if I walked up and hit a 3-year-old in the face, that'd be much worse. Same act, but it's worse because of who it's done against.
If you give it to a kid, you slap them for something that they done wrong, I don't think that is.
Right, but to actually punch them,
Oh, no.
that'd be worse than punching Fred, because they're a kid. So it's not the action, it's who the action is done against that's important. You know, I hate people that do crimes against kids much more than do crimes against adults. Because they're kids, they're more innocent. You know, there's that thing. So it's not so much the stealing, it's that you did it against God that's the real problem. Because he's so holy and pure. And so when God does judge you, he says in his word, he says, even our righteous acts are like filthy rags before me. Because he's so holy. You know, even the goodness compared to his holiness.
But I would think that he would judge me by my inner. I mean, I could say anything, but
Right.
if he knows my inner feelings,
That's a good point.
So
By your heart,
If
right?
I cuss a guy out as a cuss word, but not meaning anything with
Right.
it, it's different than I would if I were to connect.
And you're right, because you know, even Jesus says it's a matter of the heart. He says if you commit adultery, sure, that's bad. He says, but even if you look at a woman with lust, you've committed adultery in your heart.
Well, now listen. Yeah, but listen. Anybody with eyes would have that.
Exactly.
And, you know, if you do the act, then it's a different story.
And so really, and that's why the Bible puts all people under this, that all are sinners and fall short of God's glory.
Yeah, then you got to figure what a greatest son is.
Okay.
And I think he does that.
Which means that he let me
would
ask
do
you
that.
this. If you went before an actual judge in a courtroom and you had committed a crime, would you expect that judge to just say, if he's a righteous judge, would you expect him to just say, okay, you're sorry about it, I'll just let you go?
Oh, I think it's been done now. It's being done now.
Is it right though?
Well, I mean, the judge can judge a person about what he's saying or how he's saying or how he feels.
Right.
I think there is a difference. Now, listen, a person commits murder, and I don't think you can do anything about that. But,
All right.
but I mean, if something else, I think that he would take it in consideration.
Okay.
Depends how the guy feels.
Depends on the crime and
Right.
stuff.
If I cuss you out just for hell, I mean, go to hell. So like,
Right.
and I'm just kidding you. I mean, that's not the same thing as
No, it's not the same thing. Right, I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Well, the Bible does tell us that God has says that there is none who is righteous, none who does good. All have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. And that when you come to God on Judgment Day, and he asks you why I should let you into my heaven, the only answer that he will really, in a sense, accept is, you should let me in because I've accepted Christ as my Savior. I accept the fact that he paid for my sins on the cross, and the fact that he lived a holy life for me. And that's really the only thing that can get you in. Now, what do you think about that, about the idea of Christ being the only way to heaven?
well, he will be at judgment day exactly. And he knows you better than you know yourself.
He does, that's true.